isn't it? Life is always pressing itself forward into greater and greater expression everywhere. I know that also as a kid, as I studied science, I realized that life pressed itself forward as I learned about migrations of birds, for example. Do you know that some birds actually fly 10,000 miles on one trip? They achieve their purpose, and then they return to the place where they came from, 10,000 miles away. Isn't it amazing to see the photographs or the videos, the movies of salmon swimming upstream, just diving out of the water and swimming upstream? It's an amazing sight to see. It's an amazing sight to see a chicken coming out of an egg. Have any of you seen a chicken actually pecking its way out of an egg? What an incredible process. Life emerging. Or the example that we hear so much about, a caterpillar emerging into a butterfly. It's an amazing process where life is revealing itself and becoming itself in so many ways. And life, as we experience it, is emerging, but we as human beings, we have something very, very special going on. Choice. So the rest of the beings on our planet are emerging and experiencing, and life is always growing into something greater and more wonderful. And we have choice. We have choice. We can choose whether we experience the urge to come up through the asphalt or to stay under the asphalt. Life is emerging through us as we plant our thoughts into what Wallace calls the thinking stuff of the universe. The thinking stuff of the universe that permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. And when thought is impressed upon this thinking stuff, it brings into existence that thought and form. Wow. So the urge to emerge in us, are we planting our thoughts as the seeds of what we want to birth forward into existence, our urge to emerge as a new creative idea? Or are we perhaps reliving what we lived in the last hour, or the last day, or the last year? And has every year been maybe the same? Are we pushed by pain, or are we pulled by the vision that's emerging in and through us? Michael Beckwith says, we're either pushed by pain or we're pulled by vision. I'd like to think that I'm pulled by vision all of the time. Or sometimes, though, I do know that I'm like my bird Lucy. Lucy stands, she's a cockatoo, and she stands on her stand sometimes, or in her cage, and she'll just go, ow, 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 ow. She almost sounds like a seal. She's a bird that is always experiencing like a sound of some sort. Are we living in a place of kind of complaining about what's going on like Lucy does sometimes? Maybe, and that's okay. Or are we living in this life urge that's wanting to come through us? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say that there are three ways that we can easily align with that which is the presence, that is, that thinking stuff that birthed us into existence. Three easy ways. What do you think? You want to know?
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it.
The first is to get still. The first is to get still, because in that stillness, we have self-awareness. And when we have self-awareness, then we are in a place of experiencing the opportunity to choose. So many times I speak to groups and I ask, do you meditate? And most everybody throws their hand up and says, yes. I think, seeing into yourself and the availability of making choices in every moment. So it's a beautiful practice. The next practice that I'd like to encourage you to think about, to be in alignment with your soul's journey and your process to emerge, is to be in a place of experiencing the true nature flowing through all of life. So the true nature flowing through all of life is a beauty, it's a joy, it's a presence. It's the light and life that surrounds everything. And the last practice I'd like to offer to you is the practice of gratitude. So when we're in gratitude, when we're at a place of being grateful, we're able to be in alignment with the universal urge that's wanting to come forward. When we practice all three of these simple, not necessarily easy practices, we're in alignment with our soul's journey. We're in alignment with the intuitive nature that is always flowing into and through us. So ladies and gentlemen, just 3 simple, not necessarily easy steps to meditate, to be in alignment with the true nature of life, and to be in gratitude. 3 easy steps. And as we're in those 3 easy, simple steps, we can be like that grass pressing itself through the asphalt. Mr. Toastmaster.